Because of 37.8 million US dollar, they sentenced a politician to death. Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're welcome to this Facebook page and YouTube channel. Guys, wonder shall never end. You see the reason why APC, they were fighting Peter Obi because of what Peter Obi said when the China court sentenced China politicians to death. Peter Obi said that is the kind of law we need in Nigeria, so that all these politicians that are stealing our money, they need to be judging them and be killing them. Yeah, that's what Peter Obi said. And all the politicians in Nigeria, they were upset. Why would Peter Obi say that? You cannot use China to compare. But you guys are stealing money. Let's go straight down to this news. Chinese politician, which is China politician, has been sentenced to death. Yeah, has been sentenced to death over bribe of 37.8 million US dollar. That one has small money where Nigerian politicians they thief now. Because of 37.8 million US dollar, they sentenced a politician to death in China. This is kind of law we want in Nigeria. Yeah, this is the kind of law we want in Nigeria. But you know why we don't have that kind of law? Because all of them, they are corrupt. Even the judiciary system is corrupt. The judicial system is corrupt. The politicians, they are corrupt. The so-called select president, all of them are corrupt. So such law, they cannot implement it in Nigeria, because the law will affect all of them. The law will affect all of them. Let me read for you guys to see what happened. Please, I'll beg you to share this video. Share the video, please. Share it to Nigerian politicians. Let us see. I know a time will come, this law will be passed in Nigeria. All these thief politicians, they will pay for what they are doing in Nigeria, because they are among the people that destabilize the country. The money that is supposed to be used for the country, one single person is banking that money into his or her accounts. That is wickedness. I read inside. Chinese politicians sentenced to death over 37.8 million US dollar bribery scandal. Because of 37.8 million US dollar bribery scandal, this man was sentenced to death. He was sentenced to death. Oh God. We need this kind of law in Nigeria. We need a law for Nigeria. Because first person to be sentenced to RIP, the unfortunate Senate president, Godswill Akpabio. Yes. Wike, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and others following them along. They just need to sentence those people. Followed by the ex-governors, Okowa. Amechi J, yeah, Amechi joined because he's a thief. Opuzodima. You see all these people? They just need to sentence them to death because they are thieves in Nigeria. I continue, he said, a Chinese politician has been sentenced to death over a 37.8 million US dollar bribery scandal. Wang Yong, a former vice chairman of the government of the Xinjiang Autonomous Region, received a suspended death sentence for taking bribe, a court in Una province announced. The Shenzhen Intermediate People's Court sentenced Wang to death for bribery with a 2 years reprieve. The court deprived him of his political rights for life and ordered the confiscation of all his personal assets. All of Wang's illicit gains and related interests will be turned over to the state treasury. The court said that from 2007 to 2023, Wang used his various positions, including as director of the Policy and Regulation Department of the Civil Aviation Administration of China's Southwest Region Administration, Party Secretary and Director of the Civil Aviation Safety Supervision Bureau of Guizhou Province, and Party Secretary and Chairman of Guizhou Airport Group, to seek benefit for organizations and individuals in project contract and other areas. In return, he accepted bribe worth more than 271 million yuan, 37.8 million US dollar. The court said Wang offenses were extremely serious, with an extreme amount of bribe and causing significant damage to public assets and interests of the country and the people. One confessed to his crime, pleaded guilty, showed remorse, and actively returned his illegal gains, which have been fully recovered. The court said this action led to a lenient punishment. Wang's case was heard publicly on May 15, with more than 40 people attend the trial. Prosecutors presented evidence, and Wang admitted guilt and made a final statement in court. In China, a suspended death sentence is typically communicated to life in prison after 2 years if the inmate commits no further crimes. The term can be further reduced based on the inmate's behavior. You heard. You see what happened. So his death sentence can be overlooked. If he do good inside the prison, okay, they will take it to life imprisonment. This is somebody that, fraud or bribery, because of bribery of 37.8 million US dollar in yuan, which is China money, is 271 million yuan currency. While we have in Nigeria, people are there stealing billion equivalent to trillion of dollars, but they are not doing them anything. You see where law work. This is a country that their law is working. If we have this kind of law in Nigeria, believe me, see this nonsense that politicians are doing, bro, it will happen in Nigeria. But because the law is quack, nothing is working. The politicians have destroyed the country for us. That's why you see all of them are misbehaving in the country. When they steal money, they will tell you go to court, because they know courts will not do them nothing. Is it not Yahya Bello that stole 102 billion naira and he used 5 billion naira to bail himself, bro? Tell me now. Is it 5 billion, 1 billion? 1 billion to bail, okay. He used 1 billion to bail himself to clear the case, bro. Tell me now. If we have such law in Nigeria, do you think all these politicians will be misbehaving? Is it not this so-called unfortunate Senate president? This so-called unfortunate Senate president, Godswill Akpabio, they caught him with fraud. If we have this kind of law in Nigeria, these people, see, they will not go away with all this crime that they've done in the country. But because the judicial system is corrupt, because the judicial system is tanked, that is why we find ourselves in this buhaha condition. Yeah. We just need somebody that will get it right for us in Nigeria. Yeah, that will fix everything, because now as it is, Nigeria is not working. Nigeria is doomed. That country is finished. We only need somebody that now they need to fix this country for us. As you can see, we need a real person that will stand for Nigeria, put Nigeria first, regulate the politics, systemize everything. That's the only way we can get it right. If not, you see the way they are stealing now. Bola Ahmed Tinubu came, he stole. Now the man is still stealing. Buhari stole a lot before he left office. He stole a lot. So if we can have this kind of law in Nigeria, believe me, everything will fall back to order. Yeah. First, they need to control the judicial system, put them in order. The judicial system don't need to be friends with politicians. Judicial system need to be neutral from politics, far from politics. They need to see the truth and say it the way it is. They don't need to be biased, because our judicial system is corrupt. It's corrupt. So how can such country move further? It can't. You see why they were fighting Peter Obi? Because Peter Obi said, if we have this kind of law in Nigeria, all these politicians, they will not steal anything, because it's going to be death sentence. If you steal, you are going for it. So they were all fighting Peter Obi, dragging Peter Obi. Why would you say that? Why would he say that? Because you guys are thieves. That's how we end this video. Please share this video, I beg you. I feel so sorry for the Wang, the China politician that stole 37.8 million US dollar. I feel so sorry for him, but it is what it is. It is the law. You steal, you go in for it. That is the law. That's the only way country work. I will end this video. Please share the video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe, please. As you do so, God bless you. See you guys on my next video. Stay safe, guys, and bye-bye.